So today is going to be a little bit of a strange video. I have not recorded a video like this. Usually I just take my gameplay and I edit it and I make it something silly. But this time, there's gonna be a little bit of drama. So I made a TikTok. I titled the YouTube short, I hope the Rein sees this, because it was in reference to a Rein main who I had played with on my team. Turns out he did see it, and he got pissed. He started going after the people in my comment section that were agreeing with me, and he started flaming me. He said, I'm a master's tank, I know what I'm doing, and you were a really shitty support. You were throwing my game, and you were just sat in spawn. I was 27-4, while you were 4-12, and you were not healing. So I decided, why not double down? I have the entire VOD of the game. I have his comments, and I also went undercover as him and got the video VOD reviewed by a friend of mine named Vithy OW. If you guys haven't seen him, totally check it out. I do want to put out there that I am absolutely allowing for the presumption of doubt, I suppose. Because he is a friend of mine, it is possible that he had some sort of bias towards me during the VOD review, but I really don't believe so. He had no idea it was me. I created a new Twitch account. I went in as a follower claiming that I was the tank that played. I only told him after the VOD review because I was in his chat and I was saying the same things that he was saying in my comment section. I'm a master's tank, she was not healing, and I know what I'm doing. I personally went behind it and VOD reviewed myself. Is that entirely fair, having Vinny VOD review the tank and me VOD review myself? Not exactly, but I didn't want to waste any more of Vinny's time because he had already said that it was a waste of time for him to VOD review the tank in the first place. I hope you guys enjoy the content because this is what is going to keep happening because I'm very sick of tank mains continuously blaming the supports and then fluffing themselves up, claiming stats that didn't exist, and creating situations that they just had in their own brain.
I swapped to Anna here so that I could help him with an anti on the hazard. Even
Jesus Christ. And start watching. Okay. This is the comment that I got where he was claiming that he is a master's tank. By the way, this was a silver lobby.
I was a kid. Hello, Vithy. I wanted to ask for your assistance. I recently played with a friend of yours, Rose Thorn Zero, on Overwatch. She was my support, and she totally threw my game. She then made a post about me on TikTok and YouTube.
Got it.
Shorts. I found it, and she took it totally out of context. Now people are blaming me. I was thinking she didn't like her gameplay, so she threw. My other teammates were calling her out too. I'm a master's tank, and I know what I'm doing. I wanted to. She's wrong. I'm not sticking my dick in that problem. But
he said no.
I'm sorry that happened. I'm not taking any sides. I don't know why you're coming to me about this. Like, Rose's just a friend of mine, man. I'm not her mom or anything.
He said no.
Tank support.
Sorry you got flamed. Play better next time. I don't know. Player. No. Okay, so my girlfriend is still a player.
Thank you.
I'm gonna keep trying to get him to do it.
Yeah.
I just want an apology for it. You want me to apologize on her behalf? That's kind of giga weird, bro. I don't know. I feel like if she made a video about you, something happened more than what you're saying. Another reason I don't want to get involved with it. Like, so far, I've only heard your half of the story. And quite frankly, I don't really care. You know? Feel me, dog? I want you to tell her that I didn't mess it up completely. I'm not gonna do that. Because again, and I can't stress this enough, it's not my business. Sure, I can VOD review you if you really want.
He's gonna VOD review it. Let's fucking go. All right, we're full screening this shit.
Oh, you were runner up.
What?
I'm not a Rein expert, but I can tell you if you're like feeding or not. Walk up the corner, fine. I don't know why I can't see your fire strikes.
Because he's setting him into a wall.
So immediately, this is dangerous. You're definitely gonna die here. Before you decide to go for this pin, you're already half health. Your armor health is gone. You can't make an aggressive play right now. And you're down one. So this is not only gonna... Okay, you got really lucky that you have a Life Weaver. You should have died there. But also you got 0 value out of that pin, so it's not a good choice. Still 1 HP. You need to be looking to pin out. No, you're pinning in again. You need to not pin in. When you're low health and your team is regrouping, use your pin to get out, not to get in. I'm Masters though, so I know when to get out. It was one mistake. I mean, if you're Masters, then you should know to pin out there. Like, that's two situations within 30 seconds where you pinned in when you should have pinned out. So, like, just because you have a rank doesn't mean you automatically know things. And I'm telling you right now, as a player that is better than you, that those were 2 mistakes.
Well, just watch the...
Also, you're not taking into
stream.
account, like, how well your teammates play. Like, they have... your team has a shit ton of pressure and pick potential. You have Freya and Bastion. Your actual main job here is mostly going to be shielding them so that they can add pressure and get a pick. Like, I would swing early so people use their cooldowns on you. Then, like, when Hazard Wall comes out, once, you know, Sierra lock-on comes out, once Genji Dash comes out, then you sit there and just hold the shield. And that's when you let your DPS do the work.
The fresh DPS, though.
This is fine so far. I still don't know why I can't see your fire strike. It's kind of weird, but... Good job noticing the Genji was behind and slowing down. That's really good. You're playing slow here when you don't need to. You have full resources. You can push up to the next corner here. Who are we dissecting? It's too hard to explain, so it's just I like playing tank. This is good. Yep, keep swinging on the hazard. Good try on the pin. You're going to want to hit that. Okay, so if you don't know this, you can block hazard ult. All you have to do is hold your shield and look up at the sky. If you shield it off from you, because it's a projectile that comes directly down from on top of you, you won't get affected by it. And you can also shield other people as well. So like here, you could have backed up a little bit and then turned your shield to the side. You would have blocked it for both you and the Juno here. Which probably would have like saved you this this regroup. Other than that, it was just a good hazard ult. Just trying to pin. I like the use of your pin there. They're using ults and they're winning the fight like that. Okay, so this is the kind of thing that I don't like to see, is that after a team fight's over, you just like, okay, well, might as well die. When you're that close to spawn, don't give them the ult charge. Like, turn around and pin back out to spawn. Like, you're like, the team fight was already over, right? And that wasn't your fault. But you decided to go in and perpetuate the feed, increasing the timer and also giving them more ult charge. So that's like a minor thing, but it's still something to think about going forward. Wait till your next death. Teammates are using ults. Big shatter.
That
Really
one
good
was a
shatter.
really, really good shatter.
Phenomenal work. Big purple from your supports. Follow up on that. Good. You have 2 picks. Don't chase a Lucio. He's faster than you. Don't chase a Lucio. Don't chase a Lucio. Literally look at anything other than the Lucio. Okay, now he's the only thing alive, so you're gonna get a Lucio. There you go. Okay, that could have been really bad. Again, I would say it's kind of a major thing, actually. You did have 2 picks, but you kind of left your team to fight for themselves. And that's a scary thing to do, just to chase Lucio, which, by the way, you never hit a shot on, except for the last little bit. A little bit of a lack of awareness there. You didn't know that anybody was about to aggress on you. Could have used your shield. Could have played a lot safer there. Could have hit some fire strikes on the Sierra. And then you're pinning in again when you're down one of your supports. You need to just hold shield there. Wait for them to make a move and then play reactively. Luckily, they're backing out. That's really lucky. It's bad. It's really bad. Again, you pinned in when below shield health. Like, this is a big no-no. Like, that's a huge feed. You guys still have the advantage here. And that's twice, again, when you are in a good spot that you've pinned in and potentially lost the fight. Like, that's really bad. Like, you are 258 health here when you decide to hit shift. No, you're 216 health. Like, that's just a big no-no. Like, that was a potentially winnable fight that you just threw out the window as the most important role in the game.
I'm gonna go into the chat and say exactly what he was telling to me.
Sigma.
Again, you should shield upward. You can block it.
I
Not
said
getting
in
healed during
chat.
this though. It's because you're constantly taking damage. If you ever take time to go either A, around cover, or B, hold your shield, you will get healed up. Especially when you know you're down a support, because Sierra ulted your Ana, you were down a heal there. So you know you only have Lifeweaver heals. You need to A, not take damage, and instead you took extra damage by pinning in twice. And 2, you didn't use cover, so the entire time that they're damaging you, even if it's only a little damage, you're getting a heal reduction, because the heal reduction passive is now for all roles. So anytime anyone does damage to you, you are going to get 30% less healing. So you need to use your shield, you need to stay behind cover, and you need to especially not pin in. There's no amount of healing that saves you from the feed that you just did. Like that, when you pinned in at 200 HP, there's no amount of healing that's saving you. The only thing that's going to save you is a Lifeweaver pull, and your Lifeweaver already pulled someone to save them from the Sierra ult. Like, that's just awareness, and honestly, that's like hard copium that you're trying to spit out here. Like, I don't know what rank this is, but I assure you, you belong here, if not lower. Because nothing that I'm seeing here dictates that you are a Master's tank.
That was a good rock.
You had to touch there. That's like, it is what it is. I'm not gonna blame you for that fight. And your AFK, bro, your teammates touched and your AFK in spawn.
That was when I was on point
What's
and
your
he
shatter
was.
percentage when you swapped? Because I've only seen one shatter. 47. Oh, that's not too bad. Hi T. Alright, let's see what you do on defense. So far, I'd say you yourself lost about 60% of the fights. So if you say there was like, 5 fights and like everyone gets to throw 1, you're doing 3 times as much throwing as like anybody else on the team. And potentially more. Like, which is not good, by the way. That's really bad.
I said that at this point, my support said, if you want me to toss, I can.
Yeah, people are going to get frustrated with you when you throw games. I don't think it's right to throw someone's game, but I mean, I've done it. I've gotten to that point of frustration. And you have to recognize, as the most important role in the game, in 5v5, tank is the pillar of the team. It is everything. You should not be dying first, and you died first many times, and you made bad decisions many times. You cannot be doing what you're doing. Like, if I was your support, and I am a GM support, I would be very pissed with you. I don't think I could win this game if I was on your team playing 3 or 4 ranks below where I am. Our supports only had 4K heals, though. Do you want to know something about that? Is that you can't heal someone that's dead.
There
if
it
you
is.
pin into their backline and die, they can no longer heal you that fight. I hope that helps. So let's look at what you do on
Ready for battle. Ready for battle. Attackers incoming.
and now you're typing instead of playing the defense. You missed a rock on a Genji that's point blank. That should be an easy pick. And then you push too far up and die. Like, dude, I don't know what to tell you, but like, I told you I didn't want to take sides here, and then you were like, you assured me that you did good, and then you showed me the VOD, and you played like dog shit. You have not only wasted my time, but proven that you deserve to be at least told that you're playing bad. Like, that's fucking obnoxious. Do you know how obnoxious that is? I could have been playing the game right now, and instead I had to watch a plat player play like a plat. That is the dumbest shit you've ever... Thanks for wasting my time. Now get the fuck out of my stream.
I've been banned.
It was silver? You played like a silver. Congratulations. Thanks for wasting my time.
And I will VOD review my side of the game myself, because this was a waste of Vinny's time, and I don't want to do that again. Some guy was being weird about you in my chat. Thanks for flaming him. Oh, no prob. I made a TikTok about him and he's mad. He said make more. I'm making sure with Vinny, because he did message me. I said, did you tear him apart because you were on my side, or did you tear him apart because he was bad? He was bad. He made me VOD review him, and he was awful. You're amazing. Thank you. And now we're gonna watch it from my PV. He says I was honest. He has no clue that it was actually me in that video. My username in that was I like playing tank. I was deaf meaner than usual about it because he wasted my time. So real. He made me get involved in something I had no business being a part of, but he was genuinely awful. So real. LOL. My bad, gang. So I did take this clip. I made sure to grab that replay code a while ago, and we're gonna watch it from me, and we're gonna watch what I was doing wrong. So we're gonna go Juno. I'm gonna skip a little bit.
And I'm not keen on. Ready for battle. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, so I did watch this before. The first thing that I do was try to go for a pulsar. Not on my team though. It was on, you know, I'll go first person. I'm gonna heal up the tank. I have been told multiple times though, that to take picks and that picks are important. That Freya was kind of out of LOS. That Rein is behind the wall. I cannot get to him, but that late fever absolutely clutched that up. And I'm a little bit out of position because I was very in for that Sierra. I'm not focusing my tank there, and I'm looking at my DPS. I cannot chase that down. I'm on cooldown. The only thing that I had was speed ring, and that was not going to help anything at that point. I go for a pulsar again, which was a bad idea because my team is dead. And then I'm trying to back out so that I can go back to spawn, which I kept missing the door. I kind of wasted a cooldown on that, which wasn't really smart, but it is what it is. I am kind of focusing the tank instead of on picks. I'm trying to help my life over there, so I kind of looked away from my tank there. Trying to follow him into the fight, but I don't want to go too far forward, especially with Sierra on the other team, because I didn't want to get hit by the targeting thing. Just trying to back out there. I was playing way too aggressive this time. Like in this, I was playing way too aggressive. I'm trying to get picks, which didn't really work or anything. And then I get killed by the Sierra here. So that's my bad. I was totally fading there on my part, trying to get a pick, and it didn't work. So I got no value out of my ult, and I totally wasted it, and I totally fed there into their entire team. I swapped to Ana here so that I could help him with an anti on the hazard. Even though they had a Kiriko, I had kind of decided that it wasn't. That was a huge shatter. I absolutely loved that shatter. It was amazing. And then I followed up with purple so I can help out. I'm getting stuck in the walls though because Ana mobility for me is not the greatest. And I am not the greatest at sleep dart, so that was a total waste of my sleep dart. I should have moved to a better position here instead of just camped on point and then died to Sierra ult. I was at 43% ult charge, but I think I swapped to Moira here, but also because they had a Genji and a Sierra and a Hazard. So I swapped to Moira, also because at this point, I don't know if we can see scoreboard or not with this. Can we? I don't think I can see the scoreboard, but that's okay. I wanted to get a little bit more damage in, actually, which is why I swapped to Moira. So saying that I was DPSing wasn't entirely wrong, because I did swap to Moira to get more damage in, for sure. My Rein does go in by himself a couple times, but this was not going to do anything for anybody. I was on cooldowns, I couldn't escape that. That was just a really good ult by Hazard. I don't even know if my little piss beam got to that Rein. I kind of wish I was a little bit closer, if anything, on that, but I wasn't. This is where the Rein starts asking, please heal me, like I'm begging, which is why I started typing back and saying, bro, you're literally walking in by yourself. Please pay attention to where your supports are. Vinny said it in his VOD review, which I didn't even catch that when I looked at it and when I posted my clip, which was the fact that we had to touch, which is why he probably walked into the fight the way that he did. And then this was just trying to touch point at this point. Which I got the one, but we didn't have that much mobility to get back, and the only people that were alive were the Bastion and the Sig at that point. Could I have done more healing there? Probably. What I was supposed to heal, I'm not entirely sure. I think that there were a couple really aggressive plays that I should not have made. Absolutely. That one that I ulted and then pulsar, that was a total waste of both my ult and my cooldown, and I was totally out of position. At this point, it's just back and forth in our chat, and I can find the video for that. The only thing is that my chat is covering it. Our Freya starts claiming that I am tossing the game.
You look like a talented bunch.
And our tank is also just arguing with me in chat, which, should I have just let it go? Yes, absolutely. And at this point, they were saying, oh yeah, you're tossing. And I said, if you would like me to toss, I will, which I didn't really. I just went the fucking cat, which I had never played before. By the time I kind of did though, because I was not at point at this time. I was still in spawn. So that is my bad that I'm still in spawn at this point.
So this is the comment where the Rein did say that I was just in spawn and I stopped playing, which is kind of true. He also did say that he was 24-7 while I was 4-12. He also said that he was calling out every time he pushed the choke, which he was not even in comms at that point. We were not in voice chat or anything. And then he also called this a quick play game, which it very obviously was not. It was calm. So a lot of misinformation here, but he was right that I was sitting in spawn for a while. This is also the scoreboard. You could very clearly see that he was not 24-7 and I was not 4-12.
Hit the cat. I'm trying to get to point. I got stuck because I've never hit the cat before. Either way, I think we all just died there. Yep. I totally could have picked my character and gone to point. So if that's what we're referring to, that I was in spawn just flaming. At this point, they said that I was not healing, and so I decided let's just go Mercy. But that is the end of the replay. That is everything from my POV, and we saw the tank's POV from Vinny. So normally when somebody comes in my comment section and is rude, I don't care. I will argue with them in my comment section. That's no problem. But because this guy decided to go after this person who was commenting and saying stop your foolishness, was making things up about his own stats, was claiming to be a master's tank when obviously he is not. And even if he was, that would be a very bad violation, and that's not really something that you should admit. That's why I made this video. I think that it's very vital that tank players stop blaming their supports for every single little thing that they do. Okay, I don't know if all of you are aware, but there is a massive healing nerf that has been going on for quite a while, where if you take damage from any role, you immediately get a 30% reduced healing, meaning that if Mercy was Valk and Moira was Suck, Moira was gonna win that fight no matter what. Mercy could not do anything about it. Hope everybody else enjoyed the video. Obviously, I do agree that I made some mistakes during that game, and I just don't think that I was throwing the entire game, as was stated by our tank and our lovely Freya. Anyway, you guys wanted to like, comment, subscribe, that would be super appreciated. My Twitch is also RoseThorn0 if you guys wanted to come over and drop a follow. I usually crash out on tanks like this in the game, but again, he wasn't in comms, so it is what it is. But yeah, so I hope to see you guys in the next video.